If you went to public or probably even private school in the United States within the last 60 years, you are probably well acquainted with the formula of someone standing at the front of the room saying lots of information and everyone else writing it down. This is often, we now refer to it as the sage on the stage method of teaching. One person at the front has all the answers, everyone else is just there to learn what's in their brain and put it in their brain. Research over the last few decades has shown that this is really not the best way to teach or the best way to learn. It is a default way that we have been doing for a very long time. I certainly experienced it myself in school, and every once in a while I'm guilty of it too. But I encourage you, especially with this new format, to think about approaching teaching and learning in a new way. Instead of being the sage on the stage, be a facilitator, be a person who is there to connect your audience to information instead of holding all the information cards yourself and dealing them out slowly. This is especially true in our current times. It is easy to default to the I will just talk and you will just listen. But that's about the least efficient way we have to communicate information. People read faster than they listen. People learn better by doing and experiencing than they do just by watching. So given that you only have an hour, what are you supposed to do with this information? You very well may still do some just speaking to your group, but I encourage you to prioritize some interaction. And what does that look like? The online platform that we'll be using has a lot of built-in tools that can help with this. You can create a poll to figure out what your audience needs to know the most ahead of time. You can look in the chat box for comments from your audience. But this is a lot of stuff to manage, and every course might be a little different. So here are some tips that I have for you about interaction. One, set up your expectations right at the beginning. If you want people to use the chat feature, make sure you tell them that you would like them to use the chat feature. If you want people to just unmute themselves and interrupt what you're saying, that's fine, but you need to let them know that that is your expectation. If you would prefer people wait and you ask for comments, also okay. This is your room, this is your show. But make sure people know what your expectations are. Two, if you want to use those multiple interactions like polls and chat, consider having a buddy in the room, whether that's someone who's going to come to your session just to manage those things for you and try and answer some of those questions in chat, or at least let you know when something's going on. Great. If you didn't bring a buddy, consider asking for a attendee to volunteer to be that buddy, to let you know when there's something that needs your attention in the chat, or if somebody has a question. It's really helpful. It's hard to manage what you're saying and all of the interactions possible at the same time. Finally, sometimes just those visual cues can be really good. Is everyone understanding me? Can you give me a thumbs up? Okay. Or one that I'm sure you use in scouting all the time. Can I see a 1 through 5? How is everyone feeling? Can I move on to the next topic? 5 if yes, 1 if no, somewhere in between. Just having that sort of visual can let you know in ways that are easy to see all at once, whether your group is with you and ready to keep going or whether you need to slow down. Finally, when you're looking for that question and answer part or the discussion part, we're all getting better as a group at interacting on video, but it can take a little while. So make sure that your pause for comment, you leave a good, 5-10 second count is the minimum for people to think about what they want to say, decide that they want to speak, click the unmute button and talk. It takes longer than you think. So when you're waiting for those questions to start rolling in, try not to get freaked out by a few seconds of silence. Just wait. If in fact nobody is willing to say anything, sometimes it's just that they're not willing to be the first to speak, not that they don't have a question. This is a great time to maybe call on someone in the audience that you know personally and try and get them to pull out a question for you, because often that will get everyone else rolling. So interaction via video is different. Also consider maybe trying it out ahead of time with a friend or coworker or fellow scouter, just to see what that experience is going to be like.